I'm at a part of this dump I go to once in a while that is on the far end of it, along a highway and all kinds of strange situations. But the culmination of all the dump that was placed here is pretty much in this area, in that direction and up in that direction. There's another branch in the middle. And I've been here before and found things, so I'm going to dig around and see what I can find. It's pretty overgrown and pretty rough, but this might not end up to be much, but if it does, you'll see it. Okay. My first interesting bottle out of the hole is this round wine Chianti style bottle. It's probably foreign, probably Italian, with that green. But that's first one out of the hole for me in this place. That gives me potential, so let's keep on going. This is going to be a short one, but I came up with a few things. Here is an Everflow from the 1950s. Has all the embossing and how much you got to put in and all this kind of stuff for babies. It has its cap, so the nipple must be reversed in this. But yeah, an Everflow. I'm on the other side of the fill here, and it's really rough. So I'm gonna work a little further down, and then I'm going back. That will probably be it for the day. Talk to you later. The Everflow. Well, what I've got here is an early ball mason. Has a small chip on the lip, but that's common for some of these. But yeah, a nice blue ball. So that should do it for me. I'll pick up that other bottle and head on home. I mean, I see other stuff over here, but I don't know if I got the notion to. There's a big jar over there. Let me go check that out. If it's something, I will show you. But if not, here's the ball, and I'm heading out. Bye. Or not, I just found a big crock here, whiskey crock or gallon. I'm not going to take it though. It has a broken handle, and I don't need that. I've got several of these in this condition, and I don't plan to really do much with it. So, but that's interesting that was there. Throw it back in its hole. I think it's best. So. Anyway, that was interesting. I'm taking off, so see you later. Well, I'm going to give a little short video here on what I went out looking for today. It was a short walk. It really was nothing that I was going to get serious about, but I did find some things, so I'm going to report them to you because I like to do that for you. Interesting information on some of this stuff. I mean, you know, when I pick up a bottle and it doesn't have much going for it as far as, you know, character, I sort of think, well, should I take it or not? Well, this one here was interesting enough because it did have a little weird word on it, Tipo. So I decided to look this up. And it turns out that this bottle, or the company that it is associated with, goes back to 1906. And it was the Swiss colony, Italian Swiss colony wine. And at one point, it was the biggest and most popular wine company or producer in the United States. It was California wine. And so it became really big. And it outlasted Prohibition, and after Prohibition, it came in as strong as it ever has. And it went on for a long time in the 50s, and I think it died out in the 60s or 70s, and it recently has been revived. So they're now making it again, whether it's the same wine that it is famous for. I don't drink wine, and I don't drink, so I wouldn't know. But I would assume I did drink wine at one time. So if I did taste it, I would probably tell you if I knew it was good or not. I doubt it will happen. But this little bottle here dates from the 50s, and it probably was a Swiss colony. And from what I gather, it was covered in a sort of like a straw or fake straw or whatever. The pictures aren't that great. That little indention there is where the straw basket would have ended, and then you could sit it right on with the glass. And there you have Tipo. So 1906 till 1960s, and back to 2000s. It's Swiss Colony was the company, Italian Swiss Colony. The other one here is a ball mason, and this ball mason is with the loop, the 3 loops. So it's a 1920s bottle, and you can see it is just your common ball mason, but it was interesting that it survived in that dump. Probably thrown as a late throw. Probably had it for a while. This other Everflow even flow nursing bottle is interesting because it's still around. Even flow is I think still going on. It's had a lot of information on it. I mean, I was reading the history of Ravenna, Ohio, which is where the Pyramid Rubber Company started, which is the parent company of Everflow, Evenflow Nurser. Now, what they were famous for was to create the nursing bottle nipple, the nipple that went on the bottles. And in the old days, it just slid on the top of the lip of the bottle. And I think Vitro, they had a Vitro or something like that, oval bottle, shaped like a teardrop type, flattened like a flask. And in the 20s, that was the prevalent shape. And then these came along in the late 20s and early 30s, and this basic shape here. And they were only sold in drugstores, so you could have to go to a drugstore to buy these bottles. And a lot of companies made the bottles for Pyramid Rubber. Owens, Illinois was one of them, but this bottle was probably made by I think they call it, it's a Pennsylvania glass company, and I can't remember the name of the company at right now. What was it now? But this company started in the 40s, so Pyramid changed hands, owners for a while, and so this little Everflow bottle was produced by the glass company, which I'm trying to remember, and I just cannot for the life of me. But it really doesn't matter. It's Pyramid was the mother company, right outside of Ravenna was right outside of Akron, so it was in the rubber capital of the world. So that's why they were into the rubber nipples and rubber tubing, latex gloves. They did all that kind of stuff. One other thing interesting about Ravenna, and they try to associate the nursing bottle with this, is that it was the home of the suffragette movement in the United States. This is where I think where the first women's vote was cast. I read a whole bunch of things about it, and it was interesting that they tried to connect the women's suffrage and the freedom for women's rights and all that to the nursing bottle. Well, in a way, I guess it was. You didn't have a baby strapped to your breast, stuck to your breast walking around. Now you could stick a bottle in its mouth to let it sit in the high chair while you went out and worked, or I don't know. I don't know how this became the symbol of the suffragette movement, but hey, whatever. But that is it, and this bottle goes back to the late 40s, early 50s, and that's all I know much about it. And interesting history, a lot of facts about it. So if you want to, just look up Ravenna, Ohio, and the Pyramid Rubber Company, and you'll hear all about the ever even flow nurser. So there you have it. And I also picked up a marble, common marble. I didn't even show that. This weird dude, he's floating. And I had one of these before. I don't know what happened to it, but this guy here. And this, I was trying to clean it. It broke. It's very fragile. It's just, celluloid. But again, what this is what made Georgia famous is the Seaboard Railroad from 1954. And the picture we're looking at here, if you can see that, is the train on a bridge. You're probably by the bridge. Could be the bridge from South Carolina to Georgia. I'm not sure. But it says there the route of the, I have no idea what it says. The route to somewhere, to the south maybe. And there's Seaboard, and there is railroad line, 1954. So that's about where the age of that dump is. And so there you have it, my little stories about these little obscure bottles that I came across. And I'll be going out this week sometime this week to find more stuff and give you more information. So have a lot of fun, everybody, and we will see you soon. Bye.